Hey everybody, welcome back to the WRESTLEDUDE YouTube channel. As here today, we're doing something a little bit different. We're still doing something involved with human fall flat, so if you guys are enjoying the human fall flat videos, let me know in the comment section below, and leave a thumbs up. It really does support the channel a heck of a lot. Just imagine that, supporting the entire channel just by clicking one little button that's shaped like a thumbs up. But here today, we are going to be doing something with tier lists, and I had this brilliant idea of going through all of the core levels of human fall flat and ranking them from my least favorite to my favorites. And I'm doing the core levels, so these aren't going to be the extra dreams as they're called in the game. So these are just going to be the ones that show up if you go to local and you go to like select level. These are just going to be the ones that show up. So we are doing mansion all the way up to steam, so we're not going to be including thermal, factory, and none of those new ones. Golf, that one's not going to be included. Maybe we'll do those ones at some point once we get enough levels to actually do it, but for the purposes of this video, we are going to be ranking just these core levels here. So let me know in the comment section below once we're done. Do you agree with my list? Do you not agree? What would you change? Let me know in the comment section down below. Alright, so let's get started here. We are going to start off with level number 1, Mansion. This is the tutorial level. Not really much to say here. It's a fairly simple level. I do like the simplistic design of it. I feel like it gets the job done. I feel like it's able to show you all the stuff that you need to do throughout other levels of Human Fall Flat and like teaching you how to do it. I'm going to put it in C tier because something that ranks it up here for me is that it has the hidden voice, which comes in the form of the fountain. Yeah, it looks great. There's a lot of shortcut areas, which I like. I like levels that seemingly can be very, very long, but they're so simple to beat very, very quickly if you know how. So that's going to be in C tier. Alright. Level number 2, we're doing the train level. Train, a much bigger upgrade from the mansion level. This is another one of those ones that has the option to where you can beat it very quickly in the form of that maze underneath the train. Ooh. It also comes with a hidden voice. The hidden voice is a heck of a lot harder to get in the train level because you have to do it in pitch black, which can be very, very difficult. Either that or you just have to be very, very lucky and somehow like glitch out the game to get it for yourself. But if I was to pick where I'm going to go with it, I think I'm also going to put it in C tier. There's a lot of these ones that like you go very quickly into C tier. Yeah, I think we're gonna put this one at the top of C tier, right next to Mansion, and Mansion can go right below there. Alright, so level 3. Obviously this one gets big points because it has one of my favorite hidden voices of the entire game, where at the very beginning of the level you hide behind this tree and then the guy talks about, "There was just one night when I found myself alone in the bush." That is, it's just the delivery of it and the strange story behind it. I just love it very much. So I think it is a very boring level when you look at it on the surface level. You're kind of just carrying around boxes and placing them on buttons and stuff like that. But personally, for me, I'm gonna put it in B tier simply because of how much I love that hidden voice. That hidden voice is so great, and it's very satisfying to find, especially right at the very beginning. Alright, moving on. We have the mountain level. This is a very big level compared to the first 3. Very wide open. I love the color scheme of it, very much like a mountain. It has all that brownish coloring, the dead trees, the rock formations, the high climbing areas. It has the cave that you go through and you collect all the green cubes. I love the design of like the cave systems and how the green light glows in there when you find the cubes. It has the Tarzan rope, which I very much love. It has the teeter-totter rock. It has the house. This one also has a hidden voice. It has the mysterious event that I've been looking into. there's a lot going on in this level. I am going to put this one in A tier. Yeah, I love this. There's a lot going on to it. I love the design of it. A lot of really cool stuff. A lot of extra stuff added to it. Like I said, the cave, the Tarzan rope, the hidden cubes, the house, the hidden voice, all that stuff. It's very, very good. This is definitely one of those levels that's very, very fun, especially when you're playing with friends. Moving on, we're going to do Demolition, another kind of big level, but it's also one of those levels, like I said earlier, it's one of those levels where if you don't know how to do it, it does take a long time to finish the level, but if you know how to beat it very quickly, which I do know how, it makes it very, very quick. Now, some people may not like finishing the levels very quickly, but I like it as kind of like a little extra thing. So I'm going to put this one at the top of A tier. So I'm going to move Mountain, and Demolition is going to go right there, right up, or right next to Mountain. Alright, moving on, we have Castle. Okay, this is another one of those levels where I really love the aesthetic. I feel like they really did capture like the whole castle era. You know, there's a lot of really cool stuff. You've got the stone walls, you've got the cool wooden bridges, you got the wooden windmills, you got the catapults. There's a lot of really good design here. The houses and stuff, all the rooms, all that stuff, the lanterns, even the finish to the level is very creative with the drawbridge that you have to pull down. So it really does incorporate a lot of that stuff into the level, kind of like the Demolition level. The ending to the Demolition level has a lot to do with like mechanics and stuff like that you would find in the Demolition areas. Castle probably introduced a lot of people to the joys of launching yourself with a catapult, and yeah, the aesthetics of it. And it is another one of those levels where you can defeat it very, very quickly if you know how to utilize that catapult. No spoilers here. But it also does have a very awesome hidden voice, which you could find fairly easily just by accidentally shoving a cart into some water. And I'll be honest, this is one of the first hidden voices that kind of scared me when it first popped up, because I was playing it alone, and then all of a sudden all I hear is this female voice saying, "I'm a good driver." So yeah, that was very frightening. But yeah, I really do love this level. I think it looks really cool, especially when you make the costumes look like Mario when you play Mario and Luigi, because then it's kind of like you're storming Bowser's castle to try and find Peach. The amount of time that I've spent talking about this, yeah, I'm going to put it at S tier. I think the castle level is the best level thus far. So let's move on to the water level. I'm glad that no levels are so far getting into this. I'm really glad for that. Even some of these ones that you would think would be in these lower tiers, I'm glad they're not down there. Moving on to the water level. The water level can be kind of annoying. Just because of the main mechanic at the beginning, like driving the boats, especially the dinghy. Like, I don't think anyone's able to really drive the dinghy like the normal way. And then, like, you have the Wind Waker boat where it, like, has to catch the wind. That's kind of confusing for a little bit until you finally get the handle on it. And then getting the boat into the water is kind of annoying. There is that hidden boat that comes with the hidden voice, which is really nice. It's very well hidden, I would say, towards the beginning of the level. Then once you get to land, it's a lot of like mechanics puzzles and trying to figure out stuff. I love the idea of the floating platforms that you have to get across to get over to new parts of the level. And then there's the crane, and then the end of the level where you have to break the dam and then go up the giant wheel is very cool. And like I said, there's a lot of really great areas in this level where if you know how to do it, you can beat the level fairly quickly. But all that stuff at the beginning with the boat stuff, I know it's supposed to make the level longer, but it can be kind of annoying at times, which the majority of the times that I've played it normally and not skipped anything, a lot of that early amount of the level is kind of annoying to do. So for that, I'm going to have to rank it at D. So that water is going to be the lowest level thus far, which is not to say it's like a terrible level. I'm just saying it's one of the ones that I don't really have a lot of fun with. We're going to move on to power plant, another level where if you know how, you can defeat it fairly quickly. A lot of plug-in puzzles, which you would think would get kind of annoying after a while, but no, actually they do hold out very, very long. I think they're very fun. I feel like they keep the ideas fresh with like the moving platforms and like the conveyor belts and stuff like that. And then you have the big puzzle towards the end where you have to collect the coal, you have to drive the car up the mountain, which I think is really cool. And then there's also like the hidden smokestack that can just launch you up into the air and you can defeat the level very quickly. I think that's a really cool like added little thing that a lot of people might not know about. In terms of ranking, I will say that it has a really awesome hidden voice, much like the carry level, where you shock yourself a couple of times and then the guy says like, "I'm not dead. I know I'm not dead," because obviously he's still alive after shocking himself multiple times. So for that, I think I'm going to rank it right here at B along with Carry, but Carry is still at the top of the B tier. Now, moving on, we have the Aztec level, one of the most beautifully designed levels. I've gone back and look at all this. All of the like intricate designs and stuff that they've done on all the Aztec stuff looks really cool. The statues, the swings, the like lava looks beautiful. And it's also, like I said, one of those levels where, and I'm sure a lot of people know this by now, but it's also one of those things where if you know how to beat it very quickly, it makes it so much easier to go through. And in the process of doing so, you end up finding literal Easter eggs. So for all of that alone, I'm putting it at S tier. I'm putting it at the top of S tier. And not only that, it also adds a lot of content in forms of that giant statue, because, you know, as human fall flat characters, our main goal is to climb things. And obviously you look at that statue and your first instinct is, I'm gonna climb that statue, which is exactly what I have done since then. Is I have climbed that statue live on stream, which was very, very fun. Yeah, I think that level is awesome. I think it's great. The hidden voice that they added in recently, I think is really great. I'm glad that they finally did add a hidden voice. Yeah, I really love it, so that's why I'm putting it at the top of S tier. Moving on, we have Dark. This is our first like added on map after the game initially came out. This was the first added on one, and I love that they went with a different theme for this level of it being dark, whereas all the other levels were all bright and colorful, and obviously they did this one as dark because it's kind of the Halloween level. It's based around Frankenstein. Basically towards the end of the level you get to Frankenstein's mansion and you have to bring to life Frankenstein's monster by collecting some plugs from like the the caverns below the house, and then you have to bring Frankenstein's monster to life, and obviously we know how that goes. But there's a lot of really great puzzles in this one. There's like, you have to collect the coal to heat up the furnace, you have to climb the clock tower, you have to turn the clock in order to like get to the right time and have the gold little thing fall that you have to melt down into a key, and then you got the cool minecart going, and then you have to charge the batteries, and then like I said, you have to get into the house, and then you have to go through the caverns and stuff like that. There's a lot of really good stuff that doesn't feel repetitive, and it also has a really good hidden voice in here, which is also a reference to a TV show that I've only seen a couple episodes of, but once I figured out what this hidden voice was a reference to, I thought that was really cool. So in terms of levels, I'm going to put it, I was gonna put it at A tier there for a second, but actually I think I'm gonna put it in S tier. I'm gonna put it in second in S tier, and then Castle will go last in S tier, which is not to say a bad level. And finally, we have Steam. Steam is the next DLC level that came with the game, and is shown to be the last core game level. All the other ones go into a slot called Extra Dreams. Ooh, where do I put Steam? Steam, a lot of the puzzles do kind of feel repetitive, especially the ones where you have to deal with pipes, putting them into like specific areas. But then you've also got the puzzles where like you're setting stuff on fire for a sec, and you're like catching barrels that are falling down from these areas, and then you're moving like the beams and stuff. And then the big final set piece where you have to move all the all the tubes around to power up this giant wheel. You go to the top of the wheel, you grab another pipe, you set that one up, and then you make the wheel run off its hinges, knocks down a wall, you go through the wall, and you finish the level. It's a lot of very fun, creative stuff, and it has a really fun hidden voice if you're able to find it, because this is probably in Steam one of the hardest hidden voices to find, just based off of where it is and how you have to get there, which is very, very difficult. Adding it all together, I don't know. It's definitely not going into the top 2, unfortunately, just because, like I said, some of the pipe puzzles can be kind of annoying, and very time-consuming, which I guess does make the level longer, but, I don't know, it's just about enjoyability to me. Like, if the puzzles start to feel like they're dragging on, then they don't really feel enjoyable to me. Like I said, it does have an interesting hidden voice. It doesn't actually go with the level, the hidden voice. The hidden voice doesn't go with the level. You would think that they would do something related with Steam. Like, I know a lot of the other ones in other levels don't exactly match the levels, but this one really does stand out. Just because, like, it's Steam, you know, you would think that they're doing something where, like, it involves Steam, but then the hidden voice is about an airplane, which I don't know. It is still a really well-designed level. I think it looks really, really great. A lot of the stuff looks really cool. It just really comes down to kind of some of those repetitive puzzles about collecting the pipes and setting them up correctly. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of C tier. So yeah, a lot of surprising level picks here, so let's take a look at the final product. So thankfully, no levels go into F or E. D, we only have one, which is water, and then C is steam, mansion, and train. B is power plant and carry. A is mountain and demolition, and then S tier, the top tier, are castle, dark, and Aztec. Aztec is by far, in my opinion, the best level of all the Human Fall Flat levels. But hey, that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comment section below what your guys' thoughts are. What do you think is the best Human Fall Flat level? And what do you guys think is the worst Human Fall Flat level? And let me know if you guys want to see more of these, like, Human Fall Flat tier lists. I can do one on the costumes, I can do ones on the hidden voices, that could be fun. And like I said, in the future I do plan to do one on some of the extra added on dreams that get added to the game. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys later.